My parents speak Cantonese and Mandarin, very minimal English. The languages that I speak at home are mostly Cantonese, but if I can't communicate my thoughts, I'll try to use Google Translate, and if not, I'll just have to straight up say it in English and hope that my parents get it. I've been speaking Cantonese ever since I was born. It's my first language. I speak that language not as often now. I guess living in the city, I only communicated in English, and the only time I speak Cantonese is when I interact with my family, so that's on the weekends. Every now and then I FaceTime my parents and we speak in Cantonese. On top of being able to speak it, I can read simplified Chinese, some characters in traditional Chinese, but I can write very little. I used to be able to write full sentences because I got to learn it in grade 4 and 5 abroad, but not anymore because I haven't been writing it. I do have a language barrier. I guess just communicating in full Cantonese, I can't because I'm thinking in English, and trying to translate it in Cantonese. And I know that I have an English accent when I speak Cantonese, but it's better than a lot of my friends, so. I communicate to my extended family in Cantonese, so that's with my aunts and uncles in Canada and in China. With my cousins, we speak mostly in English, and that's the cousins that are around my age. We do joke around in Cantonese sometimes. Sometimes it might be swear words. I do speak Cantonese with my friends, but not as a way of communicating, but as like telling jokes or like being relatable. I have a story of how my friend went on exchange, being, I guess, a joksing, which is someone who was born here or resonates with the Western culture. She went to Hong Kong for exchange for, I want to say, 4 months. And during that 4 months, she had to learn how to write. She didn't even know how to write her name, so that was very difficult for her. And she only used to speak in English at home and very little Chinese or like Cantonese, but ever since she got back from her exchange, she started speaking more in Cantonese. And one time we were FaceTiming, context, she got a boyfriend from Hong Kong and they communicated in Cantonese. So one time she was FaceTiming me and we only spoke Cantonese for the whole hour. I could hear that my Cantonese was deteriorating. I could hear it's like it doesn't sound pure. Like there's an English accent to it. I guess being able to practice my language more made me stand out in my group of friends. It made me stand out as a fob because I knew more of the language. And I guess disconnecting from my Western culture, like not being fully, what's the word I'm looking for? Canadian? I don't know. Like, I guess in Chinese we would say more guaylo. And then in the Western culture, I'm not fully Chinese because I have that accent to my Cantonese. It has, I guess, just feeling disconnected from either sides. I'm in between, and sometimes it feels like as if there's a line of me jumping back and forth, not resonating with either sides. I'm proud to be both. I guess it depends on the environment that I'm in. I used to not want to show my Chinese side, but it's fine now because we live in a multicultural city. With the experience of being in China and getting to learn the languages, I would tell myself to be grateful for it because I feel grateful for it now, and that in the moment when I was learning about it, I hated it and I wanted to cry every day, and I was like, why did my parents put me through this? But I'm able to be the, I don't know, middleman of two countries, and to share my Western knowledge and culture with Chinese people, and share my Chinese culture with, I guess, Western people.